guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today we have Champions League Matchday 5 predictions. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel down below. Now, I've said before, we've had many new subscribers on these European predictions, and you can be the new subscriber. So yeah, subscribe. We're on the road to 800 subscribers. I think we're about 14 or 15 away as I'm filming this. So yeah, let's get to 800 subscribers as soon as we can. Also, if you missed it, make sure you check out the Chelsea versus Tottenham preview that I've done specifically for that game that went out yesterday. And on Monday, we will have the Europa League Matchday 5 predictions. So here we have the graphic for this week, the 10 most interesting games, and also I've added in my percentages on top of the results and scores of the games that have been put on the graphic. These are just mine. Pretty poor on the scores. I've only got 2 out of 40, and the results, you know, 57%. I'll take it. It's okay. So yeah, it's averaging about. I average about 8 results correct a week. So yeah, let's get into this with these games. So the first game is in Group A, and it is Lokomotiv taking on Salzburg. Lokomotiv in their last game, they did draw 0-0 with Atletico Madrid, a good result for them in their charge to get into the Europa League. And Salzburg did lose to Bayern Munich yesterday, so this is a big game for Salzburg. It's a chance for them to, you know, get the points that they need. They do play Atletico in the last game next week, and Lokomotiv, same thing for them. They need the points because they play Bayern Munich away, so it's a crucial game for both teams. They're both going to be going at each other, and for that reason I'm going with a 2-2 draw. Now the first game on the graphic in Group B is Shakhtar taking on Real Madrid. The last time these two teams played, it was 3-2 to Shakhtar. Could have been 3-3, but VAR helped the Ukrainian team. But in the recent weeks, Shakhtar have lost on average 10-0 to Mönchengladbach. So yeah, I think their spirits in this competition are down and out. They're playing the Real Madrid team, who have done the double over Inter Milan, winning 2-0 last night as I'm filming this. Granted, Inter Milan had Vidal sent off, but they still beat a big team. I think Real Madrid are going to continue their form. I'm going with a 2-0 win for Los Blancos, and to confirm their place in the round of 16. Now moving on to Atletico Madrid versus Bayern Munich, a tasty game on paper, and one that's going to be full of excitement. Not so much in the goals department for me. I'm personally going with a 1-1 draw here because, as I've said, Atletico, they're going to be fighting for the prime position of first to face a second place team in the round of 16. These two are definitely going through. Bayern Munich have already punched their ticket through, so I think they actually do just need a point to go through first. To be fair, they probably will go through first unless Atletico do somehow beat them. I do think this is going to be a tough game for the German side though. Now that they're through, I think they'll ease off the gas a bit and try and extend their lead in the league. And Atletico, they have some sort of quality within their team. And for that reason, I'm going with a 1-1 draw. Moving on to Mönchengladbach versus Inter Milan, a must-win game for Inter Milan, otherwise they'll be dropping down into the Europa League. There's definitely going to be a big team dropping down in this, whether it be Real Madrid or Inter Milan. Shakhtar, I don't think they will drop down. Mönchengladbach, I think they're through, they're on 10 points, so Real Madrid is second on 7 points, so this is a must-win game for Inter. But Mönchengladbach, they're going to want that top spot so that they get an easier team in the round of 16. And they're going to be pushing as well. Now they're more than capable of getting a point out of Inter Milan. We saw that when they played in Matchday 1 with a 2-2 draw. And I'm going with a Desmond again. I think it's going to be a fantastic game full of goals, and both sides have attacking quality. Mönchengladbach, I think they have the best defensive record in the league, over in the Bundesliga, maybe even in Europe at the minute. I could be mistaken, but Mönchengladbach, they're definitely a tough side to break down this season. Hence why I'm going with a 2-2 draw. Moving on to Group C, we have Marseille versus Olympiacos. Olympiacos did beat Marseille on Matchday 1, winning 1-0, and I think the scoreline's going to go the other way this time, with the French team winning by a goal to 0. Now Porto versus Manchester City. Now Man City beat Olympiacos by thrashing them on the stats, but only winning 1-0. On Porto, they beat Marseille 2-0. So yeah, these two are both through. You could say it's just fighting for their pride in being first in the group. And I'm actually predicting an upset for Manchester City. Now last week I did say they would draw to Olympiacos 1-1, but Porto have more quality, and being at home, I'm favouring them a little bit. I'm going with a 2-1 win for the Portuguese side. Now in Group D is Liverpool taking on Ajax, all to play for in this group for the top 2 spots in the group, as Liverpool yesterday lost 2-0 to Atalanta. Now they can beat them 5-0 but lose 2-0, so yeah, that threw a spanner into the works. And Ajax beat Midtjylland again. Ajax need the points as well as much as Liverpool. Now Ajax have 7 points at the minute, and Liverpool, I think they have 9 maybe, I'm not too sure. So yeah, an Ajax win here throws another spanner into the works, because Atalanta will probably beat Midtjylland. So this game, I think both teams are going to be coming at each other. Liverpool have a bit of a weaker defence as well, so I think Ajax are more than capable of breaking that down. They've got young players that are going to be going at it. You know, they've got nothing to lose, the younger players. And I think this is going to be another Desmond 2-2. Liverpool losing their first game at Anfield for a while, and I think they're going to have another shock result, you could say, for the Liverpool team. The other game in this group is Atalanta versus Midtjylland. I briefly mentioned it just a minute ago. Yeah, I think Atalanta are going to win this game 3-1. A cracking team over in Italy, and I hope they do well in this competition again and not drop into the Europa League, because, you know, I want Spurs to win that. Now in Group E we have Krasnodar taking on Rennes, the fight for the Europa League spot in this game pretty much. Last time out this was a 1-1 draw over in France, but I think, you know, that was just a sort of bogey game for Rennes against the Russian team, and I think the French side are going to walk away 1-0 victors. Moving on to Group H, on Wednesday we have Başakşehir taking on Leipzig, a crunch game for Leipzig in order to go through. This group is wide open for every single team. I feel like there's something to fight for, and this game is going to have some fight in it. Now I'm going with a 1-1 draw. Başakşehir, they can trouble bigger teams. We've seen that when they beat Manchester United, and they got a couple of goals back against them on Tuesday. I think they have 1 goal maybe, I'm not too sure at the minute. They're more than capable of getting some goals, and Demba Ba has the experience up front, so I think he will bag the goal for Istanbul. And yeah, Leipzig, they're certainly the weaker out of the 2 teams that are in the group as well, PSG and Man United. So yeah, I think this is going to be a 1-1 draw, and again this group is on fire. Moving on to Sevilla versus Chelsea. Last time out this was a 0-0 draw, so a bit of a lacklustre game, and I'm expecting lots of goals here in Spain. Sevilla have picked up form recently, and I am going with a 3-2 win for the Spanish side. They're fantastic, you know, they're a good team over in Spain. I rate them highly. They've got a decent team. Luke de Jong, Ocampos, Munir, Rakitic, he can't go under the radar. But Chelsea, they're going to be coming off of a London derby now. More reason to check out the Premier League and the Chelsea versus Tottenham preview videos. I'll give all my insight in that. And you know, you could sort of see the way I'm going with this, because I think Sevilla are going to win and Chelsea are going to be a bit drained after that game, because it's going to be a fantastic game on Sunday against Spurs, and Sevilla going to look to capitalise on that. Now moving on to Dortmund versus Lazio. Now last time out Lazio did beat Dortmund 3-1 over in Matchday 1, and both teams have been flying since, picking up maximum points for each other. Actually Lazio did get a draw against Zenit in game week 3, but apart from that they're both fine. I think they're both going to go through, and this is just for supremacy to finish top of the league. And I'm backing Dortmund to beat the Italian side here. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Dortmund. The other game in this group is Club Brugge taking on Zenit. I'm not going to speak about it much, to be honest. I'm going with a 1-1 draw. Now Juventus taking on Dynamo Kiev. Juventus are through pretty much, along with Barcelona in this group. There's nothing to play for really in these last 2 games apart from supremacy. Obviously the next game week is Barcelona versus Juventus, so this is just, you know, let your players rest, you know, I'd say. Give your main players a rest, Dybala, Ronaldo, them type of players. But I still think Juventus have enough quality to win. They did struggle a little bit against Peregranos, but they got the win in the end, winning 2-1. And this week, I think they're going to win 2-0. Now, Peregranos versus Barcelona. Barcelona beat Kiev 4-0 without Messi, so setting an example that they can do things without their magician. And go to Hungary. It's going to be a bit of a challenge maybe in the opening half an hour, but Barcelona are Barcelona. They have that quality within their team, and I think they're going to win 3-0. The last game this week is an absolute crunch game. It's Manchester United taking on PSG. Now, Manchester United in the Premier League are a bit shit, but in the Champions League, they're fantastic. And PSG in the French League are decent, and PSG this season in the Champions League are a bit shit. So yeah, I'm going with another Manchester United win. I'm backing the English side to win 2-1. This obviously can go either way, but I'm just backing the Red Devils to win this game, you know. Yeah, they beat them 3-1 in the Champions League a couple of seasons ago. They beat them 2-1 earlier on in the season on Matchday 1, and I think that's going to be in the back of their minds. PSG are going to be looking for revenge, but Man United, I think they'll sit back, relax, counter-attack and get the goals they need. Bruno Fernandes, he's doing okay at the minute, he's getting a couple of goals, and I think he can score again here against PSG, but ultimately, Man United are going to win and they're going to top the group. And possibly PSG dropping into the Europa League, which is not, as a Spurs fan in the Europa League, what I want to see. So yeah, that is it for the video. Make sure you give it a like and comment your predictions for the team you support or the group that your team's in, or any prediction you want to give. I'm interested to see. Thank you guys for watching. As I said, check out the video that went out yesterday and the Premier League video. There's still games to look at. And then on Monday we will have the Europa League ones. And I will see you guys later. Goodbye.